All right, good morning. Great to see you here today. So I got a clip from an article that came out just this morning, and I tell you, it does a really great job of summarizing what took me about, I don't know, 12 to 18 months to really understand. So right here, you can see this paragraph. I'm going to kind of go through it and pick it apart for you. Basically, our what's called monetary system, the means by which we conduct transactions in our economy, is on a debt-based system. So right here, and typically it's called non-productive debt. So non-productive debt, that is debt that is not being used to produce goods or services, has soared, and the tax wedge on citizens has increased. Right. What that means is the purchasing power of the dollar that you earn every day continues to decrease. And it also says the severity of the financial crises has also increased, which are always solved by adding more debt and more risk taking. So what they're talking about is every time a financial crisis like in '08 and in 2001 comes about, the level of that crisis each time is more significant, has broader repercussions, and is deeper. So typically the response is to solve that by adding even more debt and taking on more risk. So a debt-fueled economy and massive money creation disproportionately benefit the first recipients of that credit and that currency. And typically it's the government that gets their hands on it first, and then the wealthy get their hands on it second. And then folks like us get our hands on it 3, 6, 9 months, even a year later, after the purchasing power of those dollars has already been decreased, as well as the purchasing power of the dollars in our savings, right? So this is creating a huge problem for the middle classes and the poor to access better standards of living, to increase our standards of living, because the asset prices, like in the stock and bond markets, the housing markets, and even baseline commodities that producers use to send us the goods that we consume, they inflate, while our real wages don't keep track with those cost increases. So essential things such as housing, healthcare, and utilities are all going up, while taxes rise as well, all the while our purchasing power decreases also. So yeah, there's talk about returning to the gold standard, but that may be unfeasible today. Calculations are that in order to return to a gold standard, we would have to go to $15,000 an ounce in order to account for all the currency that's been created out of thin air since leaving the gold standard over 50 years ago. So anyways, hope that's insightful. Yeah, it's detailed, but this is a critically important matter, especially for the military family, to understand the domestic threat, both at home and nationally. All right, if you've got any questions, leave comments. Please like and subscribe so that the algorithm picks this important information up and shares it with others. All right, then, we'll see you in the circle.